Good morning, everybody. Can you see the sweat on my face? I just had to show you, and I know it's gross, but it's so hot out here already. But I wanted to get this video done early. So let's get started. I'm standing on the deck, and you can see the garage is over there. The driveway where I do my hauls is out that way. The summer room is up there. And then, as I said, I'm on the deck, and you can see I have a ton of flower pots planted everywhere. There's the Thompson Ready to Wear sign that we bought years ago, and I still love it. John seals it every couple years to try to protect it because it is a great vintage piece. Of course, the two wicker chairs, they're indoor-outdoor, minus the cushions. We did buy the cushions. And this table and the one that's down there in the corner, those did come from a yard sale. So on the back there, yeah, that's good. There are shutters and doors. Get over here so you can see a little better. I hope it's not too much of a glare. We put those up years ago to act as a barrier between us and our neighbors, to give us a little privacy. And of course, those shelves there, which don't look great, but those are what baby boy uses to climb on the roof. He was climbing on the roof before that, and he expected me to catch him when he jumped off, so that's when John put those little shelves. And that's how he comes and goes. I'm gonna start right here. That's a Longaberger shelf that I had from the years when I sold Longaberger and had a branch. I have some old clay pots on there, an old basket, a giant flower frog, and more clay pots, and a bunny, and lantana, and strawberry plants. And there in the back is another pot of that Limona scented geranium, and there's one of them too. And you can see this strawberry plant has lots more little babies, so I'll be getting more plants out of it. This table, the wicker table, came from a yard sale. There's two of these wonderful little child's wrought iron fold-up chairs that came from a yard sale, and John painted them. That's basil in a pot right there. Here's another one of those awesome poles, porch posts, that our friend gave us. And that is an antique whirligig of the washerwoman on top. And I just hang some little water cans and wire baskets that all came from yard sales. And then right here, this wrought iron plant stand, of course that came from a yard sale too, and I just love it. And there's some mint down there, lemon balm, and all three of these variegated geraniums I keep in the garage. This is, I guess it's the first year on these. I have another pot that I've been keeping for quite a few years. I need to do some deadheading, but it's been too blooming hot. In the middle of night last night, it was still 80 degrees, and this morning it's already in the 80s, and it is so humid. The humidity and dew point are in the 80%, so that's why I'm sweating. In this corner, I have an asparagus fern with a piece of that purple queen that I just stuck in there. And back there is that awesome chicken that we got at a yard sale. Back there is the mosquito plant and some more water cans, and some of them are old and some are new, hanging on the door. Y'all know I can't decorate the top of this cabinet or the bottom shelf because baby boy likes to lay there. I have that wonderful architectural piece there, and a hanging basket, and just a few things in the cabinet. Down here, I have those wonderful old watering cans, the red and blue one you remember we got at a yard sale this year, and then John painted another one of our old ones white so I could have red, white, and blue. And this little table came from a yard sale. And there's that chicken. And up here, favorite place to decorate. That awesome lemonade sign from Tuesday morning, some clay pots and some greenery and burlap, and that number 4 that John made out of paint sticks last year. And on this table, I have some plants that I'm rooting. And my Statue of Liberty. And I did get this at a yard sale. I never showed you because I had it out here. This is a old copper, some kind of, I don't know, coffee pot or whatever. And I just set a flower pot down in it. It's wonderful. I love it. You know how I love copper. There's a hummingbird out there. I don't know whether you can see him hovering. He wants to come to this big plant right here. This is one of his favorite plants. The rock and blue salvia. Okay, let's walk down the steps. There is a gorgeous hibiscus in a pot. I just think the blooms are so pretty. There's a gazania. It's got some new buds coming up. I just deadheaded it. Like I said, a lot of my petunias and the superbenas, they kind of got smushed on July 4th. And some of them, I guess on account of the heat, just haven't popped back yet. But this is bubblegum. It's 3 little pots on that stand. Another big salvia. And this year I had a couple of those salvias, the rock and blue salvias, come back. And they have bloomed. I had to deadhead. And see all my verbena. I see some new buds coming back. It'll be blooming soon. And there's the egg basket that we got at a sale. This little white plant stand came from a sale, as did this one. I know it's going to be hard for you to see some of this with all the sun, but we'll do our best. I'm going to walk over here and show you the plants right inside the gate. This clematis just keeps blooming. It's wonderful. See, out there is where I do my hauls. This is the aster, and then the cranesbill geranium has already bloomed. But these asters came from a plant sale. And this came from a local nursery, and I just love it. If you cut it back after it blooms, when the blooms die, it'll keep reblooming. Black-eyed Susies. And I can't remember what this one is. Penstemon. There's penstemon, 2 penstemons we got at that plant sale. And more black-eyed Susies. And this is the Sweet Autumn Clematis. Here's a pot of succulents. This gorgeous begonia that I take in and out of the garage. It has some beautiful blooms. I'm trying to find one where you can see. And various plants on this little plant stand that came from a yard sale years ago, as did the chicken. All these plant stands came from yard sales. There is a beautiful hydrangea. I know you probably can't see it for the sun. Over are some of our water cans hanging on the old ironing board piece. Just lots of beautiful flowers. More strawberry plants, different kinds of begonias. Pretty white petunias. This begonia this strawberry begonia, the perennial one, it has lots of babies hanging off. And there's that beautiful pink color wandering Jew. Beautiful blooms on this. And we got a volunteer sunflower. I couldn't bear to pull it up till after it blooms. I used my tallest stake, and I'm praying that we don't get a strong wind and break it. This awesome heavy wrought iron stand, that came from a yard sale too, and succulents that I got on sale at Lowe's. John's Grinch chair, another pot of beautiful Priscilla petunias and the Superbena. There's that wonderful plant stand that we got recently, and it has a geranium in it. And here's the favorite of the hummingbird. They love this, and it's in that gorgeous tub that we got with the feet at a yard sale this year. The gomphrena, hope you can see it, and a couple different kinds of petunias. And over there's another giant rockin' salvia. And a beautiful reddish orange gazania. That's a Japanese painted fern. Tubs of hostas. My flock is looking pitiful. It's been a hard year for planting stuff. And that back there in front of the pot, that's one of the heucheras. It's an old style, and the lady said it was her favorite, and it blooms white. Another pretty pot. In this bed I have the crane's bill geranium, I have lantana, there's balloon plant, there's zinnias, marigolds, and some black-eyed Susans. And there's that other type of crane's bill geranium. There's some Japanese anemone back there. And you can see, oh, a little breeze. Man, that feels good. Cool off his sweaty head of mine. Pot of coleus. There's a Jacob's ladder. There's John's little truck. Back there's a frog he painted. There's his little train, or track, I guess that's a tractor, that we got at a sale last year. Another pot of beautiful red verbenas and asparagus ferns. It's starting to bloom again. There's a bunny hiding. Petunias. That's the bubble gum and the verbena. I need to trim it back some. That's totally covering the wheelbarrow. You can't see it at all. The glorious Japanese maples. There's a pot with the variegated Jacob's ladder. That sage right there. A very unusual hosta. Let me see if I can see the name of it. It is Praying Hands hosta, and there's a begonia that I rooted that I take in the garage. This is Praying Hands. And we'll do down this side another time. And over here there are lots of hydrangeas. I do want to show you the lily because they're starting to fade from the heat. Usually they last a lot longer. Look at that beautiful thing. Gorgeous, isn't it? I think this is bloomstruck. Yeah, this is bloomstruck, these blue ones. They're just gorgeous. And this big beauty is Little Lime. That lime green plant right back there, that's an Aurelia. The hydrangeas seem to like this area. Here is Rockin' Fuchsia Salvia. This is one that came back from last year. And they're not supposed to be a perennial in our area. And it's bloomed and it's getting ready to bloom again, but it has fuchsia color blooms. And then there's a regular purple one. And more hydrangeas. And those lilies are kind of past their prime. All right, this is all of this tour. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. And I know it was gross seeing me sweat, but this is what I've been doing all this week. Well, actually, it's what I've been doing for weeks. So, and I know others of you have too. The humidity is not a fun thing to work in a yard when you love to work in a yard. So, have a wonderful day. Love and blessings to y'all from me and John and baby boy. We'll see you again soon. The next video will either be down this side or the front probably. So, talk to you later. Bye-bye.